for a brief media brief from the headquarters of our county, that is at here, and this press brief is actually a brief or request for investigation relating to fictitious case and non-delivery of goods by our county. It has come to my attention that our county government has paid contractors and suppliers an approximate cost of about 80 million on goods that were not procured properly, and also the goods were not supplied. And I've called this press brief to tell you that I've written letters to various institutions. I've written a letter to the PACC. I've written a letter to County Assembly in Kericho. I've also written a letter to the Senator, who is also the majority leader for Senate. And I've also written a letter to our CEC and copied all those letters to His Excellency the Governor relating to the fictitious payment. The payments were made to various companies on various dates from last year. You will find goods were supplied, for example, on 10th March 2024 from the retention account. Money worth about 6 million was withdrawn and paid to various companies. You will find companies, one or two companies being paid on the same date. We have also other suppliers who supplied general office supplies. We have supplies of catering services. We have refurbishment of offices. And all these payments are payments that are less than 3 million. You will find a company being paid 2.985, for example. If I can give an example, we have a company called Rolly Ventures, which was paid 2.784 million. Chebema Construction and Supplies was paid 2.847830. We have IBM Pro Construction Limited, Simro. So quite a list of companies which I'll be sharing with you for purposes of transparency. We know that as per the Procurement Act of 2015, we are supposed to be very accountable because we are actually dealing with public funds, and accountability is something which cannot be compromised. Most of these companies that are listed in the press brief, which I'll share with you, is totaling to about 80-something million, about 80 to 83 million. And that money was actually lost. And this is not the only list. We've lost money. And I have written to the investigating agencies to carry thorough investigation so that the people of Kericho County get value for the money that was sent, that was disbursed by the national government. And at this juncture, I thank the national government because they released all the funds to our county. But currently you find that we have so many pending bids. The contractors have not been paid, and most of the contractors who did work well, for those works that were advertised, you will find that the works have not been paid. But the ones that were not advertised, that did not go through any procurement procedures, most of them have been paid. And therefore, this is a very serious issue, and we expect that the various institutions that are tasked with actually securing and ensuring that money meant for public is accounted for, carry out a thorough investigation. I'm urging the EACC to send its officers, because as we speak, we treat this building where we house the finance other as a building that is of serious fraud, and things needs to be investigated. We were sent here as a deputy governor. You remember when we were sworn into office, one of the things that we did was to ensure that we live to be people of integrity. And I've managed myself to be up to that task so that you don't touch public money. The money that is meant for various programs should go to those programs. So today, as I speak, I'll be sharing this with you. I'll be sharing to the public these companies. These companies are subject of investigation. We've requested for various documents, the letters or the advertisement copies, payment vouchers, letter of awards, acceptance of goods that were supplied. You will find, for example, there are companies which supplied raw materials for soya, maize, sunflower, cotton, for various cooperatives. And they had quoted 2.99 to 600. That is what they were paid. Another company again supplied similar soya and maize, sunflower and cotton, and they were paid, that is a vendor supplies company, 2.992,600. Another company, MAPSA General Supplies Limited, raw material, soya, maize, sunflower and cotton, they were paid 2,996,440. How does it actually occur that companies supplying similar products are being paid a difference of 100 shillings, 200 shillings? There is something which is not adding up. It's suspicious. And therefore, we'll be requesting that the directors of these companies will furnish the relevant authorities, because me, myself, I'm not an investigative. My office is not tasked with investigation. But I have written the letters attaching these companies to various institutions. And one thing that we've requested is thorough investigation. And we get the public to know what happened. Because most of our contractors have been going around here asking for their payments for those people who are genuine. But they go around in cycles without being paid. So I think at this juncture again, I want to thank His Excellency the President, because he has actually lived up to the task in ensuring that the taxes are collected, the counties are given money on time. In fact, by 30th June, the county government of Kericho had received full amount for the last financial year. And we need now that money to be accounted for, so that the general public will be able to understand and to know how their money was used. Another thing, you remember yesterday the President said any responsible leader should be able to report anything that comes into their hands to the right authorities. And that is why today I have called for this press to tell you that I have written to various institutions so that they carry out investigation. That's not my task. I've written to the county assembly, they will receive their letter. I've written to the senator for this county, to receive this copy. I've written to EACC, and I've also written to the CC Finance. Made copies to His Excellency. Thank you very much.
Maybe for purposes of clarity, when was this alleged payments made?
For example, some of these payments, the data indicated, they were made in March of 2024. Some were made in October 2024. There are some which were made in March 2025. Some were made in October of 2025. But the main issue is the amount that was paid and the name of the company. So I think at this point I want to say thank you very much.